So who out there had that girlfriend or boyfriend out in high school and you thought that you were destined to be together and you were going to be together for the whole time, and then you broke up and you were so devastated that you were like emo and you didn't want to talk to anyone, kind of like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character here, huh? Huh? Who did it? Anyone out there? Oh, come on, there's got to be at least one person. What, no one did? Oh, yeah. 500 Days of Summer, released in 2009, and is directed by Mark Webb, who's behind such films like Gifted and that amazing Spider-Man franchise. It's funny, because it's Spider-Man, and his last name is Webb, and it's like... it's all connected. And even funnier, that franchise died a terrible death. Oh, God. And this film stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Zooey Deschanel, Chloe Grace Moretz, and Clark Gregg. Day 1 of 500 Days of Summer starts when Tom and Summer meet for the first time. They start off as really good friends, and then they turn into friends with benefits, and then they kind of become a couple, and sometimes they're like, no, we're not a couple because I never said I wanted to be part of a couple. It's kind of confusing like that. But this movie explores their relationship with each other, the good and the bad, all from the first day that they meet to the last day that they see each other. Or at least when Joseph Gordon-Levitt decides to move on. And a quick shout out to Ethan Turley, who recommended this movie to me. He commented on my Dark Knight review, so of course, I'm gonna watch this movie for you, Ethan, buddy. And anyone else who has recommendations, please comment below this video or go to my Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, leave a comment, a recommendation, and I'll do it for you and I'll give you a shout out here. But Ethan, god damn it, you picked a good one. 500 Days of Summer. This is a great exploration in just the idea of the romantic comedy and of love, basically. And they tell us right off the bat, hey, this is not a love story. This is a boy meets girl, girl meets boy story. Which I think we are accustomed to thinking, well, yeah, that's a love story. Not always. Sometimes a boy and a girl can meet, or a girl and a boy can meet, and they're just friends. I know. Foreign concept, right? But young Tom, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he is such a hopeless romantic. And he kind of gets annoying because he reminds me a lot of how I was in high school. I was that hopeless romantic whose main goal was finding a girl to fall in love with, or a girl to be with in high school, goddammit. Because if a relationship is gonna stay together, it's gonna happen in high school. It really doesn't. However, I do have two friends that got together sophomore year of high school, and they're still together today. Actually, I think they have a couple children with each other, so they are the 1% when it comes to high school love stories. All the other ones, they don't last. And there is a huge part of me that wishes that my older self now can time travel back to my middle school, high school days and be like, dude, just chill out. Relax. Having a girlfriend, not the most important thing in the world. You're gonna meet some amazing people when you get out of here. You're gonna meet the love of your life in college. Don't worry about the women here in high school, because boy did I care. To the point where it's very embarrassing to think about, so I'm gonna stop talking about it right now. But like I said, Tom just makes me go into that mindset because he is such a hopeless romantic. He falls for this girl, Summer, and he really wants to be with her. I think in like the first couple of days, he says that, yeah, I'm in love with Summer. Thank God he doesn't say it out loud. That is such a played out cliche when it comes to these romantic comedies. And Summer is an interesting character. She's very forward with you. She's always up front and she never really lies to you. But she also leads him on like crazy. When they first start their relationship, she says that she's not looking for anything permanent or anything long term. Which, to be honest, if you're gonna say that to a guy who's that young and probably looking for a little something, they're probably gonna say, oh yeah, sure, me neither. Yeah, can we just do it now, please? Unfortunately, that's how both of our brains work. But as the movie unfolds, you see that she starts to fall for this guy a little bit more, but she's always unsure about him. Yes, she loves him. Yes, she cares about him, but she's not sure that this is the person that she wants to spend the rest of her life with. And I totally respect that. If I'm in a relationship and I'm not sure that this relationship is going to work out long term, I'm basically gonna pull the plug right there. I'll definitely leave the door open for us to continue being friends, which she tries to do, but it's really hard for Tom not to be something more with her. And they kind of go back and forth between being together and not being together, kind of due to the non-linear structure that this movie goes through. It's actually really nice. It'll tell you before the scene starts what day this is. This is day 1, and then we go to day 365, then we go back to day 47, and then to day 265. It's just interesting to see just the life of a relationship kind of cut down in short segments like that. We can go to the future and we can see how this relationship is going to strain and probably how it's going to end. But then we can go back and think about the great times of when they met and when the relationship was fresh and they were in the honeymoon stage. That's kind of what we do when we do go through a breakup. We go back and we think about all the great times that we had with that someone. Oh, she was perfect because we did this together, or oh, I loved him so much. He did this for me and I did this for him. But the hard thing about relationship is that there's two sides to the coin. Everyone has their good qualities, and if you find the right person, they're gonna have way more good qualities than they do have bad qualities. But that's the thing, everyone has bad qualities. Whether it's a bad habit, whether it's something annoying that they do, or maybe it's a phrase that they say that they don't know that they say. But when we go through a breakup and you're a hopeless romantic like Tom or like myself, you think about how amazing that person is, and you're never gonna find a person as amazing as her ever again. No, you probably will. Relax, it just takes time. That's really the beautiful thing about relationships, is that the more breakups that you have, that builds your character, I think. Because if you're mature to go through a breakup, you start to do an introspective of yourself. And maybe a little down the line, you start to think of what were things that I was doing that caused this relationship to end. Maybe it wasn't all her. Maybe I played a part in that as well. Just with this whole discussion about the philosophy of love and relationships, this movie, this is a very smart movie. And the starring two lead actors, they have tremendous chemistry with each other. I'm shocked that they never dated before or after this movie. I know that they're really good friends, but I'm like, what? Really? There's something there. And really, this is one of those pairings where I think if you got any other pairing in this movie, I don't think it would have been as big of a success as it was. Because these two actors are just so charming and just so lovable, no matter what side of the coin that you're on. Whether you're more on his side or whether you're more on her side, you have to love them both. You also have to respect the friends in this situation. I have been that friend, and I have had those friends that have talked me down or have tried to talk me out of being a mopey emo kid when I've gone through a breakup. Those of you that have had friends that have gone through breakups, you know how those conversations look like. Plenty of fish in the sea, bruh. Maybe it wasn't meant to be, bruh. And that is standard friend breakup talk. You gotta put the word bra on the end of all your sentences. This is a lovely movie. It's a sad movie, but it's also a hopeful one too, because you see the positive side of how a breakup can have on you as a person. Because when you are young, you think that the world is much smaller than what it actually is, and that when you have that great, amazing person, once they leave, you're never gonna find a person like how they are again. And the fun thing about that is, no, you're right, you're never going to. But during that time, you do that self-reflection, you figure out what about you that drove that person away, and maybe that's something that you are supposed to change about yourself, or maybe you can just tone back about yourself, or maybe you just embrace it because that's who you are. I love this movie. Great choice, Ethan. And this film doesn't drag at all either for being just a simple love relationship story. This movie moves along fast, all thanks to the non-linear structure, I think. Because we're not wasting time on, oh, I know how this relationship's gonna go, they're gonna meet, it's all gonna be lovey-dovey, and then just like any relationship, there's a dip in there, and then they start rifting apart to the point where they probably break up and then they move on, they find someone else. No, it goes back and forth, and I love that. And my favorite scene in this entire movie happened the day after they have sex for the first time. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character comes out of the apartment and music starts playing, he starts dancing, animated birds start flying in, he starts high-fiving everyone, everyone breaks into song and dance in the streets of LA. Because god damn it, isn't that how it's supposed to be? It reminded me of that Lonely Island song, We Just Had Sex.
I just had sex, and it felt so good.
I encourage those of you out there who are old enough to have it, after you have sex, as soon as it's done, play that song. and let me know how it goes for you. I think it'd be funny as hell, personally. So guys, in the end, 500 Days of Summer is a great new adaptation of the stereotypical romantic comedy love story. This is a boy meets girl, girl meets boy story, but it's really not a love story. It's about these two people trying to be friends. One of them wants to be something more, and the other one doesn't want to let someone in. And they both have their good qualities about them. They also have some bad qualities. Tom doesn't take risks, and he plays it safe, and he doesn't take chances. He's supposed to become an architect, but he's settling for this card-making company, and it's just not him. And she is very sheltered. She doesn't let anyone into her apartment almost ever. It is kind of frustrating, though, because she's saying that she doesn't want anything, especially at the end of the movie, and then she is still leading him on when she's grabbing his hand. It's like, I want to hate you, but I see your side of it too, but stop leading him on! This movie just raises some great questions, and it makes me think of that old self of me when I was back in high school and in middle school, and I was so, hopelessly romantic, trying to find the one in middle school or in high school. And you think back at all those breakups, and you think of, how I changed as a person, and how I changed myself for the better because of those. When you reflect on those, you just have to smile and be thankful that you went through that. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be the person that I am today and the person that I was when I met my wife. And we have been madly in love for 11 years, so you know what? All those times before turned me into who I was when I met her. It was all a positive experience. No regrets.
That's my credo. No regrets.
Not even one letter. So I'm gonna give 500 Days of Summer 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I think I see blue. He looks glorious.
Once again, thank you very much, Ethan Turley, for your suggestion. Anyone else have any suggestions? Please comment below, let me know what you think. Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my video where I randomly select which movie I'm going to be watching next, so let's take a look. Yes! Anchorman! I'm in a glass case of emotion! One of my favorite comedies of all time. Dumb, stupid humor from Will Ferrell, but it's at his peak. This is the best thing that Will Ferrell has ever done. I remember dying laughing, rolling in the aisles in tears from all the laughter from this movie. One of the most quotable too. I think everyone knows the terms like I'm in a glass case of emotion, or I don't know what we're yelling about. Loud noises! Everyone knows it, and you know what? I haven't seen this in a couple of years, so yeah, let's break it out and let's watch Anchorman. So everyone, have you seen 500 Days of Summer? What did you think about it? Or, if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And when you're done commenting, please like and subscribe to my channel so you know the next time I'm posting my next movie review. So everyone, I will see you next time with my review of Anchorman. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.